This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to Digital Perspectives, everybody. I'm Brad Kimes. You can follow me on Twitter at @BackupBradleyAbove, and everything that we're talking about here. What a wonderful sight. Look at this. Pumping. XRP pumping 32 cents, up 7.34% right now on the day. And I tell you what, I'm pretty excited about it. And I wanted to, it actually made me think to myself, I thought this would be a good time to go back and remind a lot of the people who may not have been in this space in 2017 what that was like and how incredibly difficult it was when a bull run took place. And this may just be the market surging, and it may be back to 30 or 28 cents tonight or tomorrow. But I think under the guise or under the moment of this moving and looking really good right now, you get that feeling things are good, things are turning around, right? You know, you're getting excited. But I remember I had tons of people trying to contact me. Hey, tell me how to get into that crypto stuff that you know about. Tell me how to do that. And it really, I mean, I ended up helping, like, I don't know, personally, like in person helping, you know, I don't know, almost 40 different couples, or, you know, 30 or 40 different couples get into get their accounts open and things like that. And then obviously God knows how many from the channel. But the reality is that it was a real moment, and it was something to remember. And if you weren't here, you know, the exchanges froze up. People were selling. I remember people offering their accounts for sale and actually selling them online. I remember that. I remember thinking, wow, this is just insane. Where does it stop? And then, of course, 24, 26 days later, or something like that, around that time, it did stop. It stopped for 3 years. But I will say that I don't think it stops this time. I think every market breathes. You know, there's a buy up, there's a bit of a sell off, there's a buy up and a bit of a sell off. However, I do think at some point XRP has something very special happen for it that has it move in quite a different manner than you'd see of a stock or some other thing like a commodity. That's just my take on it. It doesn't mean that we can't see that for a short period, but I really do believe that XRP itself is money, and because of that, you're going to see XRP be bought up off of the exchanges, I think, rather rapidly once that's clear in a way, the decision, or some hybrid thereof for money. So currency, rather, excuse me. So, but the other thing is that I don't think this lasts 26 days when this happens this time. You know, in my eyes, from what I see, I'm going to walk you through just some things that I feel are absolutely compelling that absolutely did not exist in 2017. And nor was anybody even discussing it as an option. So let's do that now. For one, let's go ahead and move past this. I hate to even click off of this and stop watching it. But Palantir is a company that builds data fusion platforms for integrating, managing, and securing any kind of data at massive scale. On top of these platforms, we layer applications for fully interactive, human-driven, machine-assisted analysis. Why am I telling you about Palantir? Well, because Palantir, as of 2013, even that far back, was used by at least 12 groups within the U.S. government, including the CIA, the DHS, the NSA, FBI, the CDDC, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, Special Operations Command, West Point, and the Joint IED Defeat Organization and allies, the Recovery, Accountability, and Transparency Board, and many, many other organizations and outfits within the U.S. government. I'm telling you about them because there's an article come out just a couple days ago about Palantir plans to do a direct listing for late September. So instead of having the underwriter big banks through a regular IPO process, they're going to do a direct-to-market listing, is what they seem to intend to do here by what they're saying, which could lead to a more accurate price discovery as opposed to the fundraise before and then having the underwriters determine what the cost of those shares should be. So that's pretty exciting in itself. Now, one of the people over at Palantir is Peter Thiel, also co-founder of PayPal, you might know, so, and many other things. But he's invested in a lot of things, okay? And one of the things he's invested in, as well as Morgan Creek, CMT, PJG, Acuna Capital, Purple Arc Ventures, Winklevoss Capital, Avon Ventures. He's also into Arrington XRP Capital. Shout out to Michael Arrington. And they invest, obviously, in XRP as well as many other things. So, Peter Thiel, who does invest indirectly into XRP and or Ripple, right? And I know it's been said that he's invested in Ripple, whether he still may or may not be or ever was is in question for me. I couldn't quite nail it down for this video, but I do know that he's invested with Arrington XRP. Now, what's exciting about all of this? Because I'm not suggesting that something's going to happen to XRP just because they're intending to do a direct listing. But what I am talking about is what did not exist when we watched everything moon in 2017, 2018. And that was the brick and mortar, the picks and shovels behind the tech. And here you're seeing one of those big players who comes from PayPal and now Palantir looking to take this public with a direct listing in late September. So we're really looking at about a month or so, 4 to 5 weeks away. 4 to 5 weeks away. Hey, it could be even sooner. It could be in the beginning of the first week of September, right? It could be 2 to 3 weeks. But this is pretty fascinating to me because, when I think about this, I'm thinking about the fact that these things were not behind the tech in the last bull run, which is why I believe when the market really begins to move, it will be a bull market and not just a bull run. That doesn't mean we can't have a bull run and then it pull back and begin to do a more healthy, up and back growth kind of thing. Higher highs, higher lows, that kind of business. But to me, the reality is this is exciting because it's the space being built. And look at the other companies that are in line here. Coinbase intends to do the same thing. It's enormous. Uphold, currently selling right now on Link 2, right? In fact, I know Coinbase is, but I think I just looked earlier today, it's sold out. Then look, so then you have Uphold, then you have Ripple intends to IPO sometime before the end of this year. Look at these companies here that are just intending to do that. Robinhood. Look at the fact that even Link2 at the end of the day is the company that's carrying all of these, selling these pre-IPOs private stocks. This is as much a game changer as the regulation and the clarity that's needed. Make no mistake about it. Because what these companies represent are large institutional investment. A real commitment to be in this space long term. Are there other things that need to happen as well? Oh, you bet there are. Look, here's a soft little article here that just shows that the Bank of England Governor, Andrew Bailey, on the future of cryptocurrency and stable coins. Stable coins. I remember a time when we were calling stable coins crap coins. They're not an investment tool. They're just an investment tool. They're not an investment product. Yeah, and they're highly necessary, just like the paper dollar. In fact, even more relevant because it's going to help, I believe, strengthen the dollar over time with the implementation of a digital dollar, as well as become the on and off ramp to the digital world, the tokenized world. That's not all that's needed. What else is needed? Well, what else is needed is what I got shown right here, which is, Brian Brooks and Jeremy Allaire. And I just see that I got to fix that title because it just says Jeremy, and I meant to write Jeremy Allaire last name. So I will fix that. But the point is, is regulation. And obviously, Jeremy Allaire at Circle, they are working on stable coins. They've done an immense amount of work there and working together with Brian Brooks when he was at Coinbase as a chief legal officer. And now that Brian Brooks is at the OCC, he has an incredible perspective and scope of what needs to happen. It's just remarkable. The regulatory clarity that needs to happen for banks and institutions alike. This sets forth the tone and where these institutions can begin building services and products to offer to retail clients. This is the natural order of the growth of a market. Make no mistake about it. One thing I do know is when I look at all of this and come back to price and I see everything moving the way that it is, I tell you, I don't get excited about a bull run because what I'm more interested in is a bull market. And when you see the kind of institutional money coming in and showing up as in picks and shovels in this space and really intending to walk as far as they get to an IPO and they can do an initial public offering, imagine the acceleration that happens when you start to take these companies to public market like this and really expose them to the rest of the world that this industry exists. And not only are we not going anywhere, we're about to explode in an order of magnitude in which I believe no one's ever seen. And I think it will absolutely trump the .com era. I really do. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I just excited to see the price moving, and I wanted to talk about the things that I think give this market real staying power over time, because I really do believe it's going to be here for a while when it kicks off. Guys, if you haven't done it yet, get on the monthly newsletter. You don't want to have anybody make fun of you and be the last one there. Digital Perspectives, educational courses. If you haven't done it or you got family and friends, it ain't going to be long. And the reason I've gotten this done now is because I'm trying to set the tone for where the market's going to be. We're going to have an enormous amount of newbies and new family members that want to get hip to this. And I've tried to make something very simple and absolutely affordable for anybody who needs to fill in some missing information or just get some solid footing in this space very, very quickly. 2 hours and 40-some minutes of material there, and it's really, really affordable. So make sure you get that for you or somebody you know. And the other thing is I just started selling too the course on course creation by Dave Valieres. And I'm going to tell you something. Dave is amazing, and that course is incredible. So if you have a special skill set in this time when a lot of people, I know 30% of full-time workers are out of work, you may have to reinvent what you do before you get a job. So if that's the case, something like the course on course creation may be something for you. Make sure you check that out as well. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. Make sure you share with somebody you know. I'll catch all of you on the next one.